Like any city or small town in the U.S., Hope, Arkansas' strengths and weaknesses depend on its children. How involved their parents are almost directly correlates with their chances of success. With the right balance of parent and teacher involvement, the child will gain twice as much encouragement and confidence to strive for more.
Hero is Skippy, Skippito. He's a dog of our dreams who delivered the beans, and now we can make our burritos. My name is Laura Gray. I teach English as a second language, meaning that all of my students speak at least 2 languages, some speak more. I've been teaching this is my 10th year, and I've only taught ESL. So I'm very passionate about what I do, and I'm very passionate about my students because I follow these students from kindergarten to 4th grade. So I really get to know them and their parents, which is one of the most important things, being able to get to know their parents. Y'all look at those girls. Look how they're looking at him. They're like, she said, they're like, what?
All right. Are they twins, those 2 girls that are looking at him?
It looks like might be.
Being us Hispanic and wanting to influence the Hispanic population with this documentary, how do you see their involvement going from pre-K or kindergarten all the way to 4th grade?
Mm-hmm. We have more involvement in kindergarten, but unfortunately, it kind of falls off as the kids get older. We have some parents that follow us from kindergarten through 4th grade, but not as many, considering that 30% of our population are Hispanics, second language learners, most of them. We don't have as much involvement as we need, as the children need, because we always have to think of the children first. It's always the children first. We have those who are diehard, who are here, come to our parent meetings, they're always here with teachers, but then we have those who don't involve themselves as much as they need to, and it's so necessary to have that parent involvement. So necessary. It makes it strengthens the students, but it also strengthens the relationship with the teachers, because when those parents are here and those teachers get to know them and the teachers respect them as much as the parents respect them, then it makes it, I won't say it's easier to teach their children, but it definitely makes you feel more empowered, that they trust you with their child and they want to be involved. That is a powerful, powerful thing. And as their children grow older, if there was research done, it would probably show that those children who have those parents involved in their lives feel more confident and they're willing to take on more challenges because they know that their parents are always going to be there for them.
I'm Uriel Sanchez, I'm in 6th grade, and I'm from Burl Henry Elementary School.
So you say you want to play soccer in 8th grade all the way to 12th grade.
Mm-hmm.
What position do you play?
Goalie and defense sometimes.
Which one's your favorite?
Goalie.
How involved have your parents been in going to school, parent-teacher conferences, all that stuff?
A little. They don't really go that much because they have things to do and they work and yeah.
Has language played an important part in them not being able to go to school?
Yeah. Wait, what?
For example, do your parents, since they don't speak that well English, has it affected them going to school or being involved?
No, it's not because of that. It's because they just need to work and stuff and they don't have time.
Okay. How'd you feel if your parents were more involved in school?
It would be cool. Yeah.
Do you think not having your parents there affects your confidence in school?
Yeah, it affects me. I mean,
Also,
they don't really go that much to honor roll. That's good because I don't make it that much, but yeah.
if your parents were a little more involved, do you think you'd do better in class? Like
Yeah.
more on you?
Yeah.
Mr. Turner talks a lot about the quotes that they have. For example, I can be somebody or something like that.
I can be somebody, I will be somebody, because I am somebody.
How do you feel about that? And explain this.
Well, I feel good because in the future, everyone's going to be somebody, and I am going to be somebody because I am somebody.
And what are you going to be?
A doctor who makes medicine and a goalie. Or a defender, whichever one.
Okay. What are other obstacles that you see in regards to parent involvement?
Some other students, they struggle, and although teachers try to do as much as possible for them, the lack of the parent, not being able to communicate with the parent, not able to tell them what the students' needs are, that's affecting us as not only as a classroom but as a district in our schools. So we really need that parent involvement for success.
Mm-hmm. How involved were your parents in your education?
My parents were not very involved. Well, actually, I grew up with a single parent. My mom was the one who raised us, and she had to work a lot. Sometimes she put overtime, so she wasn't really there throughout the whole day. And of course, in the afternoon, it was pretty much get their chores done and go to sleep. So there was not very much parent involvement in my education.
Did you feel that that affected your performance?
Yes, it did affect my performance. Even though I graduated with honors from high school, I don't think I reached the full potential that I could have reached if my parent or parents were involved.
Like going to school, I bring my report card home, and I'd have all like D's and F's, and my parents would get mad, but I tried. The thing was that I didn't know enough English, or I didn't understand enough. Not having your parents involved, that also affects your self-confidence.
Yeah.
Did that ever affect you?
Not in academics, because I was pretty smart, but it affected me in extracurricular activities like cheer, basketball. I wanted to do those things, but I never did. And recently, probably last year, I was talking to my mom and I told her about it. She's like, well, why didn't you tell me you wanted to do these things? I'm like, because number one, you never asked, and number two, I knew we didn't have the money to pay for all the things that you need for it. So, I mean, for her to say, why didn't you ask me? Why didn't you tell me? It's kind of like, why didn't you ask me? It's like, so. Yeah. I think it affected me in that way. I think it also, because of that, I don't think I had the confidence that I probably should have had. Yeah. With other students, being to socialize with them. I was always very timid.
Tell us a little bit about how you see involvement of parents in their kids' education in 5th and 6th grade.
5th and 6th grade, we do have a lot of support from our parents here in the community that comes to the school for various activities. With some of the parents, they come up for Dads for Donuts, Muffins for Moms. We have a watchdog program that involves our dads, comes to the campus and visit with their children. And DAD stands for Dads of Great Students. We have parental involvement meetings every third Tuesday of the month. Give parents an opportunity to come out and see what's going on with the schools. We have math night, science night, we have literacy night, we have a cultural fair. So we have a variety of parental involvement meetings, normally at 6 o'clock, to give parents an opportunity to get off work and come to the programs. And normally during each program we have some type of performance by our 6th grade choir and our 5th grade choir. And then we have volunteers that come during the day that may read to our students, just to visit the classroom. And we have some parents just come to tour the building and see what's going on at Burl Henry Elementary School. So we encourage parental involvement, and across the state, statewide in Arkansas, that has been one area of growth that's needed by the whole public schools in the state.
I have a student who is now a senior in high school. Their parents start started in kindergarten coming with her. She came to every parent-teacher conference. She would come in, even when it wasn't parent-teacher conference time. And she would always come to get materials to help her child out. And I talked to her, as a matter of fact, 2 weeks ago. And she said, I'm graduating this year. And I was like, oh my God, it's been so long. And she said, but you know, my mom in high school came to all my parent-teacher conferences, and I said, I'm not surprised. She said she wasn't on campus as much as she was when I was in elementary, but she said in elementary, my parents knew that it was okay. They knew they could come in at any time because it's just, we have babies. And she said, but as I grew older, it wasn't as, I don't know if they didn't feel like it was necessary to come as much as they did, because she thinks that because she did so well, her parents kind of backed off. But she remembered the support that she had in the elementary grades, and she's actually graduating with honors. And I'm not surprised, but she said at home, they still studied together. Her parents went online to learn how to do the math and find historical facts in order to be able to help her at home. And that's what we're gonna have to have from our parents. We're gonna have to have them to be so involved that they're willing to go to whatever extreme necessary to learn with their children, because they're really learning with them, because everything has changed so much from when I was a child.
My name is Arnold Dominguez. I play goalkeeper, and I'm a senior in the 12th grade.
Are you the first person in your family to graduate?
Out of my whole family, technically yes, because my cousin Angel Gonzalez, he's also going to graduate, but since my name comes up before his in alphabetical order, technically, I get to be the first one.
How's education viewed in your family?
Education, even though no one's really graduated from high school, it's really a big prestige to be able to have that high of an education in my family, because they all have their jobs and everything, but if like for example one of us gets our diploma, we'll be seen as we made it a level above they ever could.
How involved have your parents been? We understand, you know, they have to work, they have to do other stuff, but how involved have they been in your going from elementary to senior year?
They've been really involved in trying to get me to graduate with all the stuff that I need. Ever since I was little, they would always wake me up and everything, and they would always make sure that I would get to school and everything. And right now, even here in high school, they come to the games to support me. Every single day, my dad tells me, make sure to look at the college stuff. And now even more that graduation is a couple weeks away.
Speaking of college, what school do you want to go to?
The dream one would be SAU Tech. And my dad's been leaning me more towards Henderson only because of how close it is and how cheap it can be.
Why SAU Tech?
SAU, well, I'm interested in a lot of like graphical stuff and video game stuff, and SAU has a lot of programs that help you out with that.
And would you be all that mad if you go to Henderson?
If I don't go to Henderson?
If you do go to Henderson.
If I do go to Henderson, I won't be mad. I might be bummed a little bit, but you just gotta, like, if I couldn't get into SAU, then that must have been a reason why, so might as well take the next best thing that I wanted.
So what's your dream?
My dream is to become really successful in the video game industry. More like, whether it be starting your own developer or making the next big game. That's pretty much what I want.
Cool, man. One of the biggest reasons we're doing this is because we want parents to become more involved in their kids' education. And especially nowadays, where the Hispanic is going to be a bigger of a majority. And how do you see it being now? For example, you grew up in the system, and you saw some kids didn't have their parents there. How is it? How do you see it? How do you see the progression? What do you think about the school system?
About our school system right now? Well, definitely better than it used to be right now. They're really encouraging everyone to try your best and go to college. And I think from what my dad told me, it used to be where you didn't have to go to college and you could still make something of yourself. But now, if you just have that college degree, it just gives you that extra money that you need to make a living out of it.
Yeah.
My name is Presley Pennington, and I am the enrollment specialist at the University of Arkansas Hope, Texarkana. Here at UAHT, we are an open door, open admission policy. That means that we do not require a GPA or anything like that. All the student has to do is go in and apply for an application of admission. They can do that in the registrar's office or the enrollment management office. Both of those are located in the Student Center here on campus. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. The Office of Enrollment Management is open to anyone. We'll be glad to answer any questions. And then after they've applied for their application of admission, then we would need a copy of their placement scores, which once again would either be the ACT or the Compass test. Like I said before, you can take the Compass test here on campus. We have a testing center. It is also located in the Student Center on the first floor. Once again, it's free your first time and then $5 after that. And then after they've turned in their placement scores, we would need copies of their transcripts, whether it be their high school transcripts, or if they've already been to a college or university, we would need their previous college or university transcripts. And then we would also need copies of their immunization records. And then once they've turned those in, they're ready to be enrolled into classes. Once you're advised into your classes, if you are a first-time student, we do have new student orientation. It's normally in August. That's a good time for you to come because that's when you can get your parking sticker decal. You can figure out where your classes are. We can take you and show you your classes. You can meet with your instructors. If you have any additional questions or concerns before classes start, that's a good time you can ask and we can answer them.
Let's say a student graduates from UACCH. What are the opportunities of him or her going to different schools? Do you guys offer help in that?
Yes, we do offer transfer scholarships to students that have completed degrees here. We offer, I know, some to SAU and to Henderson, and all they have to do is come. We have the applications for them, they fill it out, and then we will send it to whatever school they're wanting a transfer scholarship from for them, so they don't have to worry about it. We'll go ahead and send their transcripts and everything for them.
We talked to Angel Gonzalez and his dad Juan to talk about what it's like to register for classes at UAHT.
Pues fue relativamente fácil. En realidad solo fue cuestión de llegar y llenar un formulario y te explican todo de manera simple y sencilla, que no se lleva mucho tiempo. A mí fue más fácil de lo que yo pensé.
¿Qué pensaba que tenía que hacer?
Pensé que era pensé que había más formularios que llenar, pero me sorprendí al ver que era una cosa sencilla.
¿Cómo fue para ti, Ángel?
También fue sencillo. En otras universidades que apliqué era más difícil de aplicar y...
Es una nueva experiencia, pero puede dar un poco de miedo, ¿no? Tener que buscar todo esto tú solo. ¿Cómo te sientes al buscar y al hacer el proceso, empezarlo tú?
Me siento listo, quiero estar listo. Quiero avanzar y dar el ejemplo a mis hermanos.
¿Cuántos hermanos tienes?
Tengo 3.
¿3 hermanos? ¿Menores todos?
Sí.
¿Y cómo piensas que sería, si ya yendo tú a la universidad y viéndote a ti que vas, me imagino que estudiarías mucho?
Sí.
Sería un ejemplo a seguir. Exactamente, sería un ejemplo a seguir porque ya los demás, al ir creciendo, van viendo que el hermano mayor tomó esa opción de educación de colegio, pues ellos también. Además de que yo como padre de familia siempre les he inculcado que no se detenga nada más al salir de high school, o más allá de eso, que no dejen la escuela, porque hemos visto que hay estudiantes que dejan la high school y sobre todo entre los hispanos se habla que muchos no terminan. Yo siempre les he dicho, mejor sigan, terminen y continúen con una educación más alta para que sea una herramienta más en su vida, porque con una educación universitaria yo pienso que se les abren las puertas más fáciles que a alguien que no la tuvo.
Y lo hemos visto en varios casos, hay, como por ejemplo cuando la gente viene aquí y no está muy familiarizada, a veces les detiene eso, no sé cómo hacerlo. ¿Qué les motivó a ustedes, a ti Ángel como estudiante y usted como su papá, qué les motivó para que pudiera él venir?
Pues básicamente ustedes. Ya había yo preguntado que cuándo eran las inscripciones, No tenía yo exactamente unas fechas claras en cuanto a esto, pero estábamos pensando en eso, sino que al hablar contigo ayer y pues dije, vamos, este es el momento.
Our children are some of the brightest children in the world. But even the brightest children in the world, without opportunity, does not equal success. So when we afford our children the opportunity to learn at the highest standards, then we're helping our children, we're helping to bridge that gap between where we are now and where we want our children to go. There is no limit. There's not a child in this district, in this world, that cannot learn. But what we have to do is meet that child where that child is. And if we can involve those parents and get those parents on the same level, and we're meeting the needs of the parents as well as that student, then it's unlimited where we can go from there. Our children watch so much what we do. If we can get our parents on the campuses, in the classrooms, come and just be present. There's not a classroom, I don't think, in the whole district that will not welcome a parent to come in. And everything that we do as parents will be mirrored by our children. And so if the parents of this generation want their children to, their grandchildren to be successful in the next generation, then they have to start somewhere. If they start now, then their children will copy that, and then their grandchildren. And that will set the basics. That would just be the basic of where we start. And then we just keep going and going and going. And we have some very, very intelligent children. Very intelligent children. And need that extra. And if we can help the parent to be the one to help give them that extra, then it's a win-win situation. There are no losers.
You're going to